This is by far the world's thinnest power bank for a 5000 milliamp hour. So the spec on this is 0.28 inches thick. I don't have a measurement tool to measure it precisely. I'll go with the numbers, and it does feel very thin. Here's my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Let me take the cover off because the cover will make it look bulged. Alright, so you see this is the thickness of Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and this is how thick or how thin this guy is. So I have this case that makes this MagSafe charger compatible with my phone there, and it's wirelessly charging. Here I have an older model of the same. So this company name is KUULAA, KW, not W, U, double U and LAA. So this one is similar spec. It's probably an older model, so you can get this cheaper than this guy. I got both of these on Black Friday sale, and I believe I paid $15 for this, not 15, 16 something before tax. This was 25 something before tax. So I just wanted to do a quick comparison to see how this performs against the older one. So far I don't see any difference. In fact, I like the older one better. Now you can see that this guy is slightly thicker than this, although by very marginal amount. If I keep it behind a white background, maybe you can make it out a little better there. So it's marginally thicker, and so charging wise both charge the same. I don't see any drawback with the older one, which is the cheaper one on Amazon. I don't see a reason to buy this. In fact, this design is better because you have these ridges at the end and you can hold this better. It doesn't slip out of your hands. This has more chances of slipping out of the hands. It's beautiful to look at. This copper wiring, it's really good to look at. It has a good aesthetic, suits ladies more, I guess, because it looks beautiful. It's a perspective thing. Each one might think differently, but both look good. And the magnet on this guy is much stronger. The magnet on the older one is much stronger than the newer one or the thinner one, and I can show you right here. This is my heavy Samsung S24 Ultra. It's pretty heavy. I don't know how heavy it is, but it is pretty significantly heavy. And let's test the magnetism of this newer one. So first off, lifting this is going to be a challenge because of this smooth surface. I can hardly grip it. Okay, I can lift it, but it did come out. And I can show you another angle. So here's the side angle where I grab this and I shake it, and boom, it came out. Now the older one, this guy just holds on to it like crazy. You see this? I'm literally shaking it real hard. Absolutely nothing. It just latches on like crazy. So I really prefer this. I can hold it better. It snaps on better. It stays in my pocket better. So I see no reason going for the newer one. Now, as per the spec, what they claim is the older one is 0.3 inches thick, and the newer one is 0.28, I believe, 0.28 inches thick. So for that difference of 0.02 inches, this thing is costlier, its magnet is weaker, and I really don't think this is worth the price. This is the best deal right now on Amazon, and it looks cool. This color is, they said it's green, but it's kind of metallic greenish bluish. It's nice. It's nice to look at. Now this angle doesn't look as beautiful as this, but I don't really mind. I got it for cheap, and the magnet is better on this. So this is the one I'm going to keep, and I'll be returning this back. You can charge the battery and charge your phone at the same time. So here I've plugged into the battery is charging, and the phone is charging as well. So neat little thing. This never comes off the phone. If needed in a pinch, I can even charge it this way. So what I've done is I've disabled fast charging for both wired and wireless, and the reason for doing that is because I don't want my battery to heat, and the more the battery heats, the less the lifespan of the battery will be. If I'm traveling outside where I want my battery to be always charged up, then I'll go ahead and enable these and make sure that I'm always topped up, where it's important for me to have my battery level high. But in normal day-to-day life, I don't need that. Either I'll be home or I'll be at office where I can charge easily for hours, so I don't switch this on. The other thing I do is limit my battery to charge up to 80%. I don't charge it up to 100. So in these ways I increase the battery life. Now if I enable fast charging, how fast will it charge? So here's the older one. It is fast charging, 2 hours and 12 minutes. And here's the newer one, the cooler looking one. It's also the same. So specification wise, I don't see much difference other than just looking a little nicer because of this aesthetics. Personally, I like this. And when I've enabled fast charging, wired is going to be much faster. So wireless, it's telling me that it'll charge in 2 hours and 12 minutes, and wired is 1.5 hours roughly. So personally, I don't do fast charging unless I need it. Why does it say 4 hours? Okay, there it is. It charges half an hour faster than the wireless option, and much more than half an hour. What's up with this guy? Okay, 1 hour 9, 1 hour 23. Next it's going to bump up to 1 hour 55. And what else? Okay, so that is the realistic one, 1 hour 55 minutes. What? 4 hours? Why? Oh, maybe the positioning matters, maybe. No? Come on. So if I plug wired and then go wireless, it goes to slow wireless charging. That is freaking weird. Okay, let me try something. Let me click a couple of times and the light is gone. Okay, let's see what it does now. Come on, you can charge faster than that. Okay, how do I make it to charge fast? There it is, 2 hours 10 minutes. Okay, so why does it say 4? Okay, so it started with that 4, 3 hour 59 whatever, and then it came back to 2. I think what happens is, wait a minute, even that, it doesn't make sense. So the power management digital logic inside acts a little weird. If you switch between the wired and wireless, I think it goes through a sequence of states internally, and that is going to the slow charging state somehow, and I can probably reproduce this again. So here is it wired, charges fine, but then when I remove this and plug it as wireless, then it does not fast charge until I let it reset again. All right, so it is close to 2 hours, and now I just plugged out and plug this back in, and it is telling me that it's 4 hours. So if you happen to even charge this guy, make sure that you give it a little time before you snap it on there, because it somehow does not fast charge. You need to probably wait until it cycles through its internal states to correctly come back to wireless. I don't know what the internal mechanism is, but I'm just guessing on the fly here. Give it some time for this LED to go down. Come on. Move it. No, nothing. Come on, do I have to click again? Whatever, let me snap back again, and what does it do now? What is this? It doesn't even charge. Okay, because there are no lights now, it's switched off and it doesn't auto recognize now. And so now if I hit this button, it should communicate and figure out that it can fast charge, and boom, there it is fast charging. So it is not the most intuitive logic internally, the digital logic that they have here. It needs a little bit time to switch off and then switch on, and then it will figure out that it's fast wireless and charges fast. So let's see if they've improved the digital logic in the newer one. So here I snap this in and it tells me that it's fast charging. Now let's mess this up a little bit. Let's charge it wired. It's going to say fast charging, close to 2 hours, less than 2 hours. All right, and let's do wireless. And yeah, so they have improved the internal digital logic of the newer one, so it does act a little better than this guy needs to sleep, wake up, and then it can figure out that it's fast charging. This guy is much faster, it can figure out on the fly. So there it is. So for example, I snapped this, so now it's wireless charging, wireless fast charging. Now I'm going to plug this in, so it'll be wired fast charging, right? And now I'll plug this out, so it's going to go back to wired, but this guy can recognize fast wireless immediately, so it doesn't have to sleep and wake up again for it to recognize that. So yeah, there is some improvement in the newer one, but then again, for the money I'm paying for this, and the magnet is much stronger in this, I would prefer this. Now that I know, I will not do these things in my real life, and I anyway switch off my fast wireless charging. And even if I switched on, the very first time that you pick this up and snap it on, it is going to figure out that it's wireless charging, because you are not playing with it where you plug it into wire and then switch back and forth. And even if you let's try this. So if I'm charging this power bank, and then I pick this up and immediately snap it on there, whether it misbehaves or not. We know that if we charge with a wire and then immediately plug it off and wireless charge, it will not detect fast wireless charge. It needs to switch off and then switch on, only then it detects the wireless fast charging. Now let's see what happens. It is charging, so I take it out of charging, snap it back in. Does it figure out the fast wireless? There it is. Yeah, it does. So that's my general use case, where either it's snapped onto the phone, or it's charging, or it's just in my pocket. So for the normal purpose, it just works. The only place where it does not work is when you're charging your phone with a wire and then you snap it out and then you just charge it wirelessly. It will slow wireless charge. So then in that moment you need to take this out, let it switch itself off, give it some time, and then snap it back, and it will recognize fast charging. It's livable. It's not a bad deal. The magnets are something that really impresses me in the older one, so I'm going to keep this. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. I'd rather have something slim that I can carry than going for a 10,000 milliamp hour and I have a hard time carrying that in my pocket. So that is the reason for going with a smaller capacity battery. It can charge from 30% to let's say 80%, because my phone itself is 5000 odd milliamp hour, so it can never charge 100%. Plus there will be some loss in this. Also, if I charge wirelessly, there will be more loss than the wired version. So yeah, it can keep my phone alive until I get back home. If I go out somewhere, I just grab these two. I know I have enough juice in it to last the entire day. So that's good enough for me.